next segment, I'm very excited about this. And I don't know, it could be a complete failure. It could be whatever. It's hacking it in Hollywood. Just you get to meet your guests, meet the personalities on Twitter and all the content creators and kind of get a feel for their favorite TV series.
Yeah.
I think it's fun. Like I fall asleep to like Frasier. I've watched that show like subconsciously.
Dang, you fall asleep with the TV on?
Oh yeah, I have to. My brain, too much stuff going on. So
Bro,
has to be on there. It's like a
in my old age,
in
my old age, I have to stop looking at any bright lights after about 5:30 p.m. or I won't be able to sleep.
Yeah. Well, I just listen because I can picture the scene in my head, like while I'm listening.
God.
So it's yeah, it's weird. Very weird situation.
Good for you, man. We're built different. I did that as a kid. I mean, I would fall asleep listening to Sports Center as a kid, but boy, I can't. I would never sleep.
It's weird. It's weird.
Oh, good.
So to see how weird we are and how different we are, we each picked 5 golfers. It can be live golfers. It can be retired golfers, popular golfers around the world on the PGA Tour to cast in The Office. That's the show you chose. A great OG staple of any television series out there, phenomenal stuff. One of my favorite shows too. So we're going to decide who are we casting as Woo, and it's going to be a blast. So first up, Andy Bernard. You decided to go with the Bubster. Bubba Watson, casted as the Nard Dog, Andy Bernard. Talk to me through your reasoning.
Yeah. I think contrary to popular opinion, and maybe this is why I shouldn't be Andy Bernard, but Andy Bernard's likable. I mean, like everybody liked Andy, right? He was a little annoying at times, but everybody liked him. I think Bubba's probably a nice guy. I walked 9 holes in the ropes with him at a practice round with Charles Howell at a live event 2 years ago. Very nice. Good dad, Yeah. I think he's a kind of a sensitive guy, a lot like Andy, and he wants everybody to like him. And Andy wanted everybody to like him, And I don't think that's a bad thing. So, it's not possible because you could be the nicest person in the world, somebody's going to not like you. But he wants everybody to like him.
Yeah.
Just like Andy. But because of some of his things, I think probably taken best in small doses because he can get a little thirsty at times with his, social media stuff and the Bubba claws and the pink stuff and the $2.4 million watch at the side on the front row of whatever that game was the other night, NBA game. And Andy's, always singing and he's doing his thing. He's just wants to
Cornell,
Cornell. And he wants everybody to look at him, So yeah, I thought Bubba was fitting for Andy.
I think so too. I think it's a great match. I think the personality traits are the most striking between the two of them. And at the same time, they can go from 0 to 100 pretty quickly,
True, yeah.
If things go and not from a bad way. Andy's mostly bad, but Bubba, like, put him in the trees and give him a gap as small as the teeth between Louis' teeth, the gap there.
Yeah.
He'll slice a good old
whatever you want
with whatever golf club, however you want it going. He's just incredible and has this ability to just wow you, out of nowhere. So I think it's a hole in one there for that first matchup we've got between Andy and Bubba. My next title is Dustin Johnson as Kevin Malone.
Okay.
If you think about the presses, DJ, well, just here to really get my thing on, and I'm just, I don't care about what's going on. And Kevin
very flat.
Cannot speak faster than, I mean, if he needed to call 911 in an emergency, I don't think he changes the way he speaks.
If your life is depending on Kevin's calling into 911 to tell them what's going on, you're dead.
You're dead. You're absolutely dead. And if he's walking with a pot of beans, you're even deader because that's the thing. He's this clumsy ass guy. And to me, it was the biggest resemblance between the bean incident where he just absolutely spills these beans all over the freaking floor was when DJ was at the US Open, where he had an 11-foot putt to win it for eagle and then 3-jacked it.
Was that a Chambers? Was that a Chambers? Yeah.
Yes. To me, that was just the exact same situation. Just walking with this awesomely cooked pot of beans, and then just beans everywhere. Jordan Spieth's Magic Beans came in and he won the damn thing. Was that where Spieth won?
Yep.
And to me, it was just. I mean, the guy didn't play at Augusta because he slipped walking in socks.
Yeah.
Like just a clumsy,
debatable,
weird dude.
yes.
But then, yeah, debatable. And then the other thing is, like, he's this nonchalant, slow buzz kind of guy, but you put him on a golf course, you put a wedge in his hand, he's sensational. Like one of the greatest talents of our time, really. And Kevin, when he's talking about donuts, right? Or pie slices, one of the food items, I can't remember exactly which one it is. He's a math whiz. Like he could do any sort of mathematical equation with pie, I think. And to me, that's DJ. Like when the time comes to shine, he's got that superior talent, and it's his thing.
Yeah, when you see the two next to each other in a picture, it's jarring, and you're thinking, how's he gonna make this? How's he gonna do that? And you did it. You did it nicely. I get it.
Yeah. You gotta reach here and there, but that's his thing. All right. Next up for you, Ryan Howard, the temp / business tycoon.
Yeah.
Back to temp, and Minwoo Lee. I think a phenomenal pairing, a great side by side. Yeah. Did my best to get the ones with the shades for Ryan there.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
I think I'm probably most proud of this one. I think this one's most dead on because Ryan's like, he was the hot, he's the hot new thing, kind of, he was kind of under the radar until he was on the radar, and then he was like, whoa, this guy's coming, and hot new thing, good with social media. He was the technology guy that Michael relied on, everybody in the office relied on. Minwoo is just cooking on social all the time. He's dropping bangers on his Instagram reels and TikToks. Full of good ideas, good at his job, and most likely to climb the ladder and dethrone those at the top, but also could just like really spike and then, fall flat on his face at some point.
Yeah. Sell fake paper on the internet and just completely.
He could be, he could be like a top podcaster or broadcaster in like 5 years if the golf game, because he's going to be such a good content person. But no,
the Australian Smiley.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, but I feel like Minwoo and Ryan were pretty fitting.
No, I think it's great. I don't have anything more to add to that. I think the potential is unparalleled, between the two of them there. So absolutely going to roll with that one. My next set is Dwight Schrute, Tommy Fleetwood. Dwight's always been shooting for the stars, always trying to be the regional manager, always trying. Tommy, he's always the assistant to the winner of the tournament. He's just, he's just the perennial bridesmaid. He's the same kind of hairstyle in a way.
I'm going to lose so much more money on Tommy this year too. And I'm ready to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to keep doing it.
Tommy,
not this week, but it will happen.
Yeah. Just roll him out for top 10s. And I think that's his bread and butter. I think he's incapable of winning tournaments right now. So, but maybe he catches lightning in a bottle somehow and off we go. But it's just, the assistant to regional manager and the assistant to whoever wins the tournament, I feel like was the strongest contrast there. Personality wise, I think there's not much more resemblance there outside of their results. So, I don't know. That's basically how I went with that one.
I like it.
Perennial bridesmaid. You also went with Dwight, and I think your choice was much better than mine. And it was Bryson DeChambeau, baby.
Yeah. Well, a lot of things here. Just flowing thoughts that I had. Strangest guy in the room, wherever they go.
Mm-hmm.
But also maybe one of the most intelligent, high IQ, useful idiot. Probably a tattletale, even as a grown man. I kind of felt that about both of them. Thinks that they're a lot funnier than they really are. I don't think this is the same for Bryson, but at least for a lot of for early professional careers, both live with other men. Dwight, shout out to Mose, and Bryson had like his YouTube teeny bopper house that he lived in for a minute, especially COVID. neighbors like moving in, filming him and shit. It was weird.
Yeah, that
But
was a wild time.
yeah, neither one of them handled people picking on them very well. It was we saw both with Bryson and Brooks, and obviously Dwight and Jim. Rattled easy when things are not going their way. Ants, I kind of think ants probably also bothered Dwight. I don't remember an episode specifically, but that was an unwritten episode that maybe they didn't get to or something.
Yep.
I believe both kiss ass to those in power, trying to be the teacher's pet at
Oh my
every
God, DB.
corner.
Jesus, preach,
Bryson,
baby.
like if you heard Bryson on his recent interview with the good guy, he talked about Yasser. Like Yasser was like his new dad.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Bryson lost his dad, which is sad, but like he talked about Yasser like just beaming. And I'm like, okay. Difficult to work with, as you're never going to have a more intelligent thought than the one that they are about to have right after you.
Always
so,
right.
Yeah, I think that one.
I mean, I know you were very proud of Ryan and Minwoo, but I think this
is the one.
I mean, Jesus, dude, you had seven connections there that were easily all relevant. Like one was as good as the next. My buddy Terrence says these justifications are pure gold. Like that to me is just incredible.
Listen,
like
I have studied Bryson. I've gotten a lot of hate for it because, and I'm like, dude, I'm in the content game. I don't know what you want me to do, but like I studied Bryson. I've watched more film on Bryson DeChambeau doing stuff off the golf course and on the golf course, but off the golf course than a lot of people. And I have a very specific opinion of who I think Bryson DeChambeau is. I could be dead wrong, but I've put in a lot of film time. COVID 2020, I watched so much useless Bryson YouTube lives and Instagrams, and I can't even tell you. Now my newest target is DJ Khaled. I've kind of moved on from Bryson.
Okay.
So now I do it with DJ Khaled. I've watched a lot of film on Khaled. I hate that guy. I hate that guy for golf. But I watch a lot of film so that I can hate on him because I'm in content. Like it's just what I do. I don't go around hating people regularly, but like it's just what we do.
I mean, at some point, DJ is going to be playing in the Pebble Beach Pro-Am, right? And then you have got more information about this guy than anyone else on the planet. And then you found your niche, for that tournament. So it's weird, people do weird stuff. And like we said, these golfers are psychos, and I think Bryson in particular is, I mean, Jesus.
Dude. Oh yeah, he's a unique cat.
He is ultra unique. And then I think you go from Bryson to somebody that is not even remotely in the same realm.
I did not see this coming.
It is parallel universes as like as far from each other as possible.
Oh my God.
Meredith Palmer, the perennial flasher / vodka connoisseur of the office.
Yes, dude. This is perfect.
Harry Higgs, the big rig, perennial flasher, vodka connoisseur of the Tito's world,
Both just dying to show their tits.
Just dying to show their tits. And this was one of multiple instances where
neither set of tits very many people interested in seeing, but they still really want you to see them.
Correct.
Yeah.
They are not attractive. They hardly ever the focus of whatever's going on. But boy, oh boy, if you just give them half a bottle of vodka, they'll tell you how they're feeling about whatever they feel.
Do you know who Ron White is, the comedian?
No.
Okay, he's a country like redneck. I think he's a redneck kind of guy.
Okay.
Hilarious comedian, but he always had a joke. He's like, guys, I mean, we love tits, and he's like, listen, it could be the ugliest set of tits ever. It could be just think of the worst Waffle House waitress you've ever seen, right? And if you've seen any pair of tits and she wants to show you hers, if you've seen one pair, you're dying to see the next pair, regardless. Even if it's hers, right? And that's how Meredith and Harry look at it.
And we are thankful for that. That's.
I should have asked you if we could talk like this on your show. I didn't ask you.
It's part of the segment. It's towards the end of it. It's totally fine. It's New Year's Day.
It's New Year's Day, and we're podcasting during like college football playoff.
Exactly. I mean,
we're doing whatever we want to say.
Yes, there's no need to hold anything back here, just like these two, and it's completely fine. Nothing about this is offensive. It's we've blurred out what we needed to, and so we move on. And, if there's people rolling their eyes at this thing like Stanley Hudson does, it is what it is. Don't have a heart attack. Just leave the pod. If you don't like titties, it's fine. Let's talk about Stanley, who you have as Tom Hoagie's doppelganger.
Yeah. I'm a big Stanley fan. And had Tom on the show. He's a good guy, funny guy. But to me, Tom would way rather be gambling or doing anything other than playing golf at times. At least he really sells that. You know what I mean? He really sells it. And when I had him on the show, like we're talking golf stuff, he's like, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm doing, just answering the questions. And I'm trying not to ask him the same questions he gets asked all the time, but it's still golf, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I remember I had him on in the fall of 2022, right before football season started. I bring up college football futures and the whole thing changes. Then he's like Meredith. He's like he's excited. He's talking. He's up. He's ready to go. It's like literally Stanley talking about anything other than work and going to the casinos or going to the beach or, his mistress or whatever. So I just feel like Hoagie just does his job, but just enough to get by while looking like the last thing he wants to do on earth is his job. He'd rather be gambling than drinking. So
yeah, if Hoagie and Stanley found themselves at a craps table down in Florida,
they hit it all.
I mean, they
and
both
neither
living
one
the absolute best life.
Both of them equally terrible at basketball.
I have no idea. How'd you know this about Hoagie?
I don't. I'm just guessing.
Okay.
He's a white guy from Minnesota, isn't he? I mean,
Yeah.
And he's like 5'10". So
he's 5'10", and
deductive reasoning there.
I'm with you. I'm absolutely with you. No, great.
And one of the greatest Office moments ever that happens on literally the second episode, I think. The warehouse basketball, the warehouse versus office basketball game where Michael Scott thinks Stanley is the secret weapon, and he comes out and he's like literally smacking the ball like he's never done it before. And Michael Scott's no, God, no. It's the best. I love that.
Did I stutter? Dude, he does not hold back either. The heart attacks on the show.
Yeah.
He holds deep resentment for a lot of things.
Yeah,
he's a national treasure to us all too. All right, final picks for each of us.
Okay,
and it's both. Oh, we got two more. My man Jim Halpert as Phil Mickelson. No, this is you.
This is me. Yeah.
Jim Halpert. I'm giving you back-to-backers here with Phil Mickelson as his doppelganger. Hit me. Give me the sweet music.
I think this one. I don't think this is pretty self. This was easy for me. Smarter than everyone else, including the boss. Clearly, Phil's proven that, whether you like him or you don't.
Yes.
First of all, Jay Monahan is Michael Scott, 100%. Like, what are we even doing? Jay Monahan is the closest thing to an Office character in real life of any of these we've looked at, even better than Bryson and Dwight. What a complete incompetent buffoon he has turned out to be. Anyway, Phil's way smarter than the boss, just like Jim. Peacocks around when the opportunity is right, as talented as anyone in the room, and just also a jokester and an instigator. So I think that one's pretty
spot on. It's absolutely spot on. Very charismatic. I think either could sell Ice and Eskimo.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, obviously Jim still holding a much higher regard and reputation than Phil, but Jim hasn't quite made it into his late gambling years yet. So
yeah,
I think it's solid. Think it's a very applicable pick. And the funny thing is, we either go with my Jim Halpert or my Phil Mickelson. Which one are we going to go with next?
I want to know your Phil Mickelson.
My Phil? Michael Scott.
Oh, what?
No, right? Yeah.
No.
Both are incredibly charismatic too.
Mm-hmm.
Both are incredibly bad at handling their money. Like Michael Scott is always making bad investments, taking the wrong side of a gamble. And to me, that's just it. Like, that's the epitome of this comparison. And I feel like by the time they find themselves in this deep end, not knowing how they got there, they're asking themselves, that should never have been the case. Like, how can this bet have gone so wrong? Yet everybody around them has seen what can happen, betting on Ryder Cups, betting on downsizing, that kind of stuff. spending the money that you get about the promotion before you have it, aka moving to live. Those kind of correlations mainly got to do with money and the way they handle their finances and decision making.
I can totally see that.
Yeah, I think.
But I think the people in the comments need to say whether Jay Monahan or Phil is the better Michael Scott.
Yes, absolutely. We'll get the people talking. Let us know. We've got one more comparison for myself, and we need to know which one's the better one, Jay Monahan or Phil. Michael Scott. Give it to us right now. But in the meantime, my Jim Halpert, Max Homer. I mean, just everyone's golden boy. Really, at the end of the day, I mean,
except yours.
Sorry,
except yours. You can't get him right.
I know, but I still love.
We're going to change that 2024.
Yeah, no, you've given me the roadmap. He's visited my home country.
Yeah,
we've now both been on South African soil. We both played the golf course that he played at multiple times. The Gary Player Country Club down there, great golf course. He's just, I mean, could this guy do anything that would make you not like him? Right? It's just Max is just the golden boy of the PGA. Every now and then, gets through struggles, but he's the most candid, the most transparent. The guy's out there just really giving you the bottom of his heart every single time he's out there. And to me, I just feel like they're just exactly how it should be. Obviously Jim landing with Pam, just, childhood sweetheart type situation. And I think Maxie's been the same situation. Just a great dad, great boyfriend, great husband, great for the environment that everyone's working around them in, just everything about it's just good for the brand. So those are the comps.
Love it.
Yeah.
Well done. It's fun.
Yeah. We gave it our first go, and we'll see if it
shaking the rust off, if
it holds any water going forward. But boys, we made it through an hour and 3 minutes of this thing on both of our deathbeds after the New Year's parties and multiple journeys. I came from Jersey Shore, and it's been quite rough. So thank you for coming on, DB.
Yeah.
Give the people one more time the Nut Hut, all that jazz about we've got some fun stuff to talk about.
Yeah, man. You need to get the Model Maniac community in the Back Nine Bets fans and followers in the Discord with us. It's a good time. It's the best golf community in Discord, if you ask me. There is a free version. You're kind of lame if you're only in the free version, because I mean, you don't get privileged to all the goodies, so you don't get to see Meredith's thingies for free. So if you want to see all of it, you do got to pay up for it, but it's worth it.
And to me, I will validate it's been a marvelous experience, and it's like a full-on functioning anthill of threads and different topics and just characters after character.
There are some characters, and not all of them are in there yet. Not all of them. They're all coming. Yeah,
that's probably best, because to have met them all at the same time, I think would have been completely overwhelming. Because just the initial visit, when I popped in there the first time was, lots of fun guys in there. So, thanks for popping on, my bud.
We got a couple gals in there too, though. We got a couple.
Oh yes,
females.
Yes, no, we got some librarians and the whole works, man. Shout out to the girls. The Merediths of the world, and we'll be on camera together a lot more this year. Looking forward to that, and we've got our first tournament of 2024. Who's going to win this thing? Give me one winner to leave the people with.
You know what? I think I'm gonna give you a bomb. It would not be on brand if I didn't give you a bomb.
Okay, hit me with the bomb.
We talked about him. I think JT Poston's gonna come out swinging and win this thing.
Okay, the Postman.
Yeah, I think the Postman delivers. Irons stay dialed. Putter is pure. He gets it done.
All right, I love it. I'll leave you with Patrick Cantley as a chalk square, my ice man, the Patty Ice guy. It's time for him to get himself across the line there. So
it's bound to happen.
Yeah, it's bound to happen. Boys and girls, thank you so much for tuning in. So that chat was popping, and we had tons of people watching. So we'll catch you guys next time. We'll be doing our Rotoballer show in the next hour or two, hour and a half. Me and Spencer doing the Rotoballer PGA show. It's going to be fun to get him and I on the show together too. I'm looking forward to that, and that'll be in the next 90 minutes. So till then, we'll catch you all next time, and have a good week, friends. Cheers.
See ya.
Boom.